Monday, July 17th, and the drought continues here in the Mid-Atlantic. Let's talk the Persian Gulf states. We've been talking about this for a while, about how, when President Trump went down and made an agreement with the UAE and Saudi Arabia and the other Gulf states, Kuwait and the rest, and I assume Qatar was in there at that point, to work with them as Sunnis against the Shiites, bring them together. Well, right after President Trump left the Middle East, suddenly there was an embargo by Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and others against Qatar, alleging that Qatar put out statements by their emir saying that he really supported Hamas and they needed more money and whatever else. Saudi Arabia went crazy, UAE went crazy. They've all been wanting to embargo or try to change them, get rid of Al Jazeera for a while, and put the embargo on. Secretary of State Tillerson came in and said, look, let's try to work this out. President Trump said, I'm totally behind Saudi Arabia, the UAE. Well, Secretary of State Tillerson's been in there trying to work it out. And he has been the one saying it doesn't look right with the Qatarians. He didn't think there was really that kind of an issue. Well, suddenly it comes out yesterday that it appears, and this is from U.S. sources, that the UAE, which partnered with Saudi Arabia, put out these fake hacks, making it look like Qatar has put this information out supporting Hamas. It's the UAE from the beginning. And what is so interesting about this is it looks like a problem inside between Secretary of State Tillerson and President Trump. And it looks like Secretary of State Tillerson put this stuff out. These are unnamed senior American officials talking about the UAE putting these fake hacks in, or these hacks in, putting in the fake information to make it look like Qatar was really a total, complete, and absolute Hamas supporter. They supported him a bit, but they were doing it. It's a setup. It's a total setup. Secretary of State Tillerson couldn't get the Trump administration to back off of their position, backing Saudi Arabia and UAE, and suddenly now all this information is flooding the newspapers. That it's the UAE. It's the UAE. It's all a setup. Incredible. And President Trump totally blew it. And his secret services, his security services, CIA, intelligence services are all telling him wrong. And it takes leaks from I'm assuming Secretary of State Tillerson's office or some of his people to get the truth out there. So now we're starting to see cracks inside the Trump administration. Very interesting. And the president looks like blew this one. And I'm not a major supporter of Secretary of State Tillerson, but it looks like he's the man on top of this. I say right on. And it's good the truth is coming out. Now we'll see what happens down the Gulf states. Should be real interesting. Peace.